Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, Skoda is in the news, the little Czech car company that's not so little. It's one of the most successful car companies underneath the Volkswagen umbrella. And apparently that success is going to go a little bit further worldwide than their sales are right now, because they have been, over the past several months, trademarking a number of names of their vehicles here in the U.S. market. Now, Skoda and Volkswagen have yet to make any official announcements on whether they will be coming to the U.S. market or not, but I have to say, I would love to see Skoda Octavias actually wandering around the countryside here in the United States. We'll keep you in tune if we hear any more about this situation. Next up on the list, well, we all know and love the Bugatti Chiron. What's not to love? 1,500 horsepower out of a supercar monster that does massive top speeds. Well, if you love the top speed, you love the 1,500 horsepower, and you love a little open top fun, unlike the Bugatti Veyron, Bugatti now says the Chiron will never come out in a convertible version, which is some sad situation indeed. So if you want 1,500 horsepower open top fun, you're gonna have to go elsewhere. Speaking of open top fun, the R8 Spider got official UK pricing over the past several days. They have yet to announce US pricing, which will probably come very shortly, but the UK pricing will have a starting price of £129,990 sterling. Now, in comparison, the coupe version here stateside comes in at $162,900 US dollars. So we're assuming that the Spider version obviously is going to be a lot more than that. So we'll keep you in tune when it comes to the US pricing, hopefully coming in the next several weeks. Next up on the list, an odd story from the automobile racing world involving Target Chip Ganassi's IndyCar team, as it will no longer be known as that come season's end, because Target, the nationwide department store, is now pulling the plug on the sponsorship on this particular race team. The real interesting thing is these folks have been partners for a massive amount of time. 27 years these folks have been together. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I saw a Chip Ganassi IndyCar that didn't have Target on it. And they have had a very fruitful relationship as well. 11 championships and 4 Indianapolis 500 wins, and a number of championship and 500 winning drivers, including Jimmy Vasser, who is now a car owner himself, was the first ever championship for the team. Gold medal winning and DTM star now, that is Alex Zanardi. Also, Formula One racer, NASCAR racer, in fact, Formula One winning racer, NASCAR racer, and now IndyCar hopeful for the championship, Juan Pablo Montoya, who actually won a championship with Ganassi back in the day. Dario Franchitti, who also won at the 500, and Scott Dixon, who won both championships and the Indy 500 for the team as well. It's going to be interesting to see this team moving forward. IndyCar's a tough sell, as they're kind of low down on the totem pole as far as money-wise here in the United States or worldwide motorsports as far as finding sponsorship. So hopefully Chip Ganassi's team will find new funding very, very soon. It's going to be very weird seeing those cars without that Target logo on the side. Next up on the list, you may remember this particular Corvette, or at least have seen it in videos over the past several weeks. This is Genovation's Extreme Electric, or GTE for short. Now, what these folks have done is basically taken the 7-liter normally aspirated V8 out and made this a full-blown plug-in EV. Now, the vehicle keeps its 50-50 weight balance, which is great. It gets 130 miles of EV range, and also still claims 700 horsepower, more than the 7-liter, and 600 pounds-feet of torque, which is also more than the 7-liter, which means extreme speeds. This vehicle now reaches speeds, or at least it did in February, of 186.8 miles an hour, but over the past couple of weeks, this thing's now gone over the double century mark, of like 205.6 miles an hour, which is a massive top speed, especially for an EV. Now, they've done something interesting where they've kept the 6-speed transaxle out back, which I would love to see the schematics on just how exactly this vehicle actually works. Now, as far as Genovations is concerned, they're actually working on EV and a plug-in hybrid vehicle that will be on sale in the market very soon. They're more doing this as a somewhat of a publicity stunt to show off what they can do moving forward. So guarantee we're going to be hearing a lot more from this company over the next several weeks and months and years, and we'll keep you in tune. And Genovations, if you're actually watching this, if you need someone to donate that 7-liter to, I would be more than happy to take that off your hands. Last up on the list, remember we talked about Bernie Ecclestone's poor mother-in-law, who was actually kidnapped in Brazil. Well, just before the taping of this program, it's gone live that Mr. Ecclestone's mother-in-law is now safe and sound. The São Paulo Brazilian police actually tracked over phone calls between the Ecclestone family and the kidnappers themselves and found that she was in a farmhouse just outside of São Paulo, Brazil. They actually swooped in. No money was exchanged, but they captured the kidnappers themselves, and she is safe and sound. So a long ending to a terrible situation, over a week in captivity with these kidnappers. Hopefully she is very well. All we know is that she has no injuries as were, but obviously she may have some psychological injuries moving forward. So our prayers are still with the family and friends of the Ecclestones, and hopefully they can move past this situation very soon. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiast. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.